Okay, so we're going to be using the Shape Builder tool, which looks like this. It is right over here on your toolbar. Okay, it should say Shape Builder. The shortcut to access this tool is Shift M if you like to use shortcuts. This should be what your color panel here looks like. I'm going to go ahead and give my fill color, which is the white one, some different kind of color. So go ahead and choose a color and leave the stroke. If you want to change the stroke color, that's fine, but you don't have to. So to make the arrow, we're going to use a rectangle and a triangle to make an arrow. So first you're going to use your different shape tools to draw those. You want to make sure you're on this layer here. So first make your rectangle. And you want to come grab your polygon tool, and you remember you can just click and select that you want 3 sides. You can see we have our triangle, but it's not the right way, so we want to use our selection tool over here. V is the shortcut for that. And if you hover over this way on any of the corners, or really anywhere, it'll show a little curved arrow, and that's how you can rotate that and then move it inward. So you can see we do have an arrow, but that if we try to move it, it's going to move separately. So what we want to do is first we want to highlight this entire arrow like this. So you just click and drag over the arrow, and then we want to grab our Shape Builder tool. You can see when I hover over the Shape Builder that it shades in the area that I'm hovering over, and you can see that it has a plus sign. That means I'm going to add this shape to this shape. Now later we will be subtracting, so to subtract, you just hold down the Alt key and you can see now it has the minus sign. So to add these shapes together, all we have to do is just draw over them. And now you can see that it is one whole shape. There's no longer a line in the middle, and if I move this, it's going to move as an entire shape together. Okay, so now we're going to do the crescent moon, which is 2 circles. And now you want these circles to be exactly the same. So first, you're going to hold down Shift with your ellipse tool to create a circle. And I'm just going to go ahead and change my fill color for the fun. Okay, so I have my first circle. Now I'm going to get my selection tool, and I'm going to hold down the Alt key. And you can see now how this cursor turns into 2 cursors. And I'm going to move that over, and that's going to make a copy of that shape that I just have. Okay, and I'm going to drag this over so that I can kind of make this crescent shape here. Okay, as you can see. So now again, I'm going to highlight over my moon shape. I'm going to get my Shape Builder tool, and this time, instead of adding, I'm going to subtract by holding down the Alt key, and I'm just going to draw through these because I don't want those anymore. And now you have your crescent moon shape. Okay, so next is Pac-Man. So for Pac-Man, we want 1 circle and 1 triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and change my fill to yellow. I'm going to hold down Shift to draw my circle. I'm going to center it. Now I'm going to grab my polygon. I'm going to click once and get a triangle there. Again, I'm going to go back to my selection tool and rotate that to put it in there to give my Pac-Man its mouth. So now I highlight over my 2 shapes, get my Shape Builder tool. Since I want to subtract these, I have to hold down the Alt key and subtract that from there. So now I have my Pac-Man shape. Now for the cloud, clouds are white, but I'm just going to use blue. First, you want to start off with the line tool. So for the cloud, I'm going to use 1 line and then multiple circles. So when I start the line, I'm going to click and drag, and then I can hold Shift, and it'll keep my line super straight. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. So to zoom in, one quick way, of course, you can use the zoom tool. You can hold down Alt and just scroll with your mouse to zoom in. Okay, so now I want to add or grab my ellipse tool, and for some reason my fill is gone, so I want to add my fill again. And I'm just going to start adding some circles here. Now when you add this circle, Zoom in more. You want it to line up with that line pretty evenly. Okay, so see how it kind of smooths in that way? Then you're just going to add more circles. So again, what I'm doing here, sorry, I'm holding down the Alt key so that I can make a copy of this circle. And I don't have to keep drawing more. So I'm going to go ahead and put one over here, but I want this one to be smaller just so they're not all the same. I'm going to add it down here till it flushes through there. I'm holding on my Alt to make a copy. You can make some bigger, smaller. Okay, so I have my shape here. So what I'm going to do is highlight over this with my selection tool, grab my shape builder, and I'm going to just start drawing through all of these so that I connect them all. And voila, there's your cloud shape. So now we're going to come over and do the heart. So for the heart, you want to start off with 2 circles that are the same. So I'm going to hold down Shift, make my 2 circles, and you do want these to touch, okay? If they don't touch, then it's not going to work out. It's going to be very frustrating. Try to get them at least the same height. Close enough. Okay, so now we want to add our rectangle, but I want to use a square, so I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and then I'm going to rotate this so it is like, so it's this way, like a diamond kind of. And I just kind of want to figure out where I want to place this. I might have to make it bigger. Remember to hold down Shift if you need to make it bigger. You can use the Alt key to make it bigger, but make sure you hold it down Shift so that it stays a square and doesn't change into a rectangle. Okay. That's not perfect, but it's close enough for what I'm wanting. So I'm going to highlight over these shapes. I'm going to grab my selection tool, and first I'm going to minus this. I'm going to hold down the Alt key and take off that top. Then I'm going to draw through all of these, and I have my heart. Okay, now these are the ones that are going to take just a little bit more effort. So this one here, we're going to make a peace sign. I hope everyone knows what that looks like. To make the peace sign, we need 2 circles and 3 rectangles. So let's grab our circle tool first. Let me go ahead and change my color. So I'm going to make, that's not a circle. And make my circle. Now what I want to do is I want to copy this by Control C to copy, and I'm going to go up here and do Edit, Paste in Front, or Control F. Okay. When I do that, now I'm going to hold down Shift and I'm going to make this smaller. And you can see I still have my other circle here, but I want this one to like fall inside of it to kind of give that peace sign border there. Okay. After that, you want to grab your rectangle tool. And it doesn't matter if you get out of the lines here because we can always use our shape builder. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle here down the middle and kind of try to center it up. Okay, now I'm going to make a copy of that. So I'm going to get my selection tool, hold down Alt, make a copy. And I'm going to use my selection tool to rotate it. Then still with my selection tool, I'm going to drag this down to make it smaller. and maybe rotate it some more, just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to make another copy of this. And I'm going to rotate this one the other way. Now, if you were doing this for like something major, you'd want to definitely get these to be exactly the same. But for this assignment, it's okay. So from there, that should be fine. We're going to grab our selection tool, highlight over these shapes, grab our shape builder. And the first thing I want to do is subtract these insides that I know don't go there. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key, subtract this one, this one, this one, and this one. And now I'm going to go ahead and subtract these hanging out. Get rid of those. And now I can draw through all of these to make my peace sign shape. Okay, there it is. Okay, now we're going to do the Beats logo. Okay, so to start off with, for the Beats logo, you will need 3 circles, 1 rectangle. So start off with a large circle. And I'm going to do that same thing I did earlier. I'm going to copy it by doing Control C. Then I'm going to paste it in place by doing Control F. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and scale that down. And I don't have the logo right in front of me, but I know it's something like this. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to Control C to copy, Control F to paste it in place, and then I'm going to hold down the Shift key and make this one smaller for the inside of the B. Okay, now for the rectangle. So I want this rectangle to be lined up to this side. It's going to come out. So here you just want to maybe, sorry, zoom in and see where you have this lined up. I don't want this line coming off too far, so I'm going to bring it in. That's too much. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to highlight this whole area, not the heart. I'm going to grab my shape builder and I'm going to minus the white first. So I'm holding down Alt and getting rid of this rectangle and then the shape. Okay, so already we kind of have it. We just, if you want, you could get rid of the stroke. There is no stroke on the Beats logo. And voila, you have finished. So now that you're finished, what you can do is you can either take a screenshot using Windows Shift S, selecting over just the paper. Usually a window will pop up here with your snippet and you can click on it and you can save it to a certain file. Mine didn't do that, so I'm not going to be able to show you that part. But another way to save is to go to File, Save As, save on your computer, and you want to change this to a PDF. And the reason why I want you to change it to a PDF is if you turn in an Illustrator file, when I go to grade your work, it won't show up because it's not a common file type. So I have to like go in, click on it, Illustrator loads, and it's annoying and it takes forever. But if you turn in a PDF file, as soon as I open your assignment, I can see it, I can quickly grade it, and it's much easier. Pick a folder. I don't believe it'll let you save to your desktop for whatever reason, so go ahead and save that. And make sure that you click Save PDF. If you don't click that, it's not going to save. So mine just opened it up as a PDF file, but I don't think yours does this, but that's fine. So then you'll go turn in your file and make sure again that you're turning in the PDF file and not the AI file, because you'll see both of them. So you're going to see both of these. You see a shape builder tool and a shape builder tool. This is the one that we started off with. That's an AI file. I don't want that one turned in. I want this one turned in, the red one, the PDF. Okay, so make sure you're turning in the correct file. That's it.